Hey everyone! So before I begin this book review, can we just discuss the fact that there is less than 1 month until the Hunger Games movie comes out? I'm so excited! I have not been this excited for a movie since maybe the first Harry Potter, and I mean that in the sense that Hunger Games is the first one of the series. It's the first movie, so we can have the grandest expectations. We don't know how exactly it's going to play out. We don't know if they're going to rip the story to shreds, which I really hope they don't. But that's the way it was when Sorcerer's/Philosopher's Stone came out. It was new, it was exciting, there was so much promise, and I'll say with Narnia too. I was really excited for the first Narnia as well. But anyway, the trailer itself is so promising. I have seen it maybe 4 or 5 times, and every single time I get goosebumps. I was watching a YouTube video talking about the trailer, and I got goosebumps when this person was talking about the trailer. That's how excited I am. And I know there are people out there that share the same enthusiasm as me, but no one right here, right now, is excited with me, so I feel the need to share with you all. Okay, we can continue now. So the actual reason that you guys are watching this video is because I have a book review for you, and it's on this right here, 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher. This is a YA novel. It was originally published in 2007, and it's 2012 now, and I'm just reading it. Though it's sort of been building popularity over the past couple of years. Right on the cover it says that it's an international bestseller, and it's in 31 languages. That's really impressive, 31 languages, and I can see why, because it's a very universal story. So, for those of you who haven't read the book yet, I'll give you a little overview of what's going on in here. So there's sort of 2 main characters. There's the boy, Clay Jensen, and then there's the girl, Hannah Baker. And the thing about Hannah Baker is she's actually dead this entire book. Hannah Baker committed suicide 2 weeks before this story actually begins. And we learn this because we're following Clay the entire time. And the reason we even know about Hannah is because Clay gets these tapes in the mail from an unknown sender, and he opens them up and has to find a player for tapes because, of course, most people don't listen to tapes anymore. But when he finds a player, he puts the tape in and he realizes that it's Hannah Baker talking to him. And you don't, in the beginning, understand the ties between Clay and Hannah. You figure that out as the story goes on, because these tapes, there's 13 sides to these tapes, and each one is a different reason why Hannah Baker killed herself. The plot is a fantastic idea. The chapters are the different tape sides that he's listening to and what's sort of happening around him and what Hannah is saying during those little sessions of tape that he's listening to. And there's also a map that he has that has different areas, locations are starred on this map that Hannah is talking about. So throughout this novel, he is following those different locations, most of them anyway, and as Hannah talks about them on the tape. And we get Clay's reaction in time as Hannah is telling her story. And I don't want to give too many details, obviously. I don't want to give away how Clay and Hannah know each other. I don't want to give away any of the reasons why she committed suicide. That's for you to find out when you read the book. Clay has some really, really serious reactions to what Hannah is saying and when she's giving reasons. He is, he throws up at one point. He cuts himself because he's so angry. I believe he's like scratching at a fence, and he gets this deep, deep gash in his hand. I mean, his reactions are really, really crazy, and I couldn't quite get behind them. I can understand being emotional. He cries. I would definitely cry if I received tapes from somebody I knew who committed suicide. But there was just, some of them were really over the top, in my opinion. It would definitely be unsettling and scary to receive tapes from somebody who committed suicide 2 weeks ago, and you're listening to her voice talking to you and telling you why she did this. It's gripping at points, anyway. It just wasn't executed really well, in my opinion, for my tastes anyway. The flow of this book is Clay is talking in first person, and it's regular font so you know when he is thinking. However, when Hannah is talking, it's italicized. So something will be happening, it'll be, you know, 10 lines of what's going on with Clay, what he's thinking, and then it'll be 5 lines of Hannah talking, but they're right next to each other. And when I was reading this book late at night sometimes, my mind was sort of getting confused about who was talking, and it throws you off. You have to get used to it. And that's why I'm saying that the execution wasn't as good. I know that it's good to have those instant reactions of what Clay's thinking when Hannah is talking, but sometimes it was just kind of, Hannah was very exact and to the point. There was not a lot of flourish with this book. It was not eloquent at all. And that's kind of understandable, actually, because they're 16-year-olds, and 16-year-olds don't usually think that eloquently. I think it would have been better if he'd put a little bit more into it in terms of how they spoke and how they thought. At certain times, it would have been perfect to have the direct one right after another, but it grated on me after a while. Overall, I'd give it a 3 out of 5 stars. It's really good in some parts, but the majority of the time, I was not as into it as I thought I would be. It just didn't appeal to me as much as I thought it was going to. A lot of discussion can come from this book, which is also good. I know that sometimes in our society, books like this, people get scared and they try to ban them or forbid people from reading them because suicide is a really touchy subject. But I think it's good that this book exists and has such a community behind it. I would recommend this book to anyone who's a big fan of YA and hasn't read it yet, because I know many of the booktubers out there already have. And I would also recommend it to anybody who wants a serious read, but not dry. This isn't dry, but it's definitely serious, and it can make you think at times, maybe even feel a little bit uncomfortable. So for all you guys who have actually read this book, leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought. Did you enjoy it? Did you kind of enjoy it like me? I don't know if there's anybody out there who dislikes this book completely. Maybe that's you. Let me know. And you can also subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and friend us on Goodreads. All the links are below. And I will see you guys later.